Hello, welcome to GP Podcast.
You know, have you ever felt like that amazing future we're always promised, the one with flying cars and miracle cures, was always just kind of far off, like it's perpetually just over the horizon? Well, what if I told you that horizon is a whole lot closer than you think? Get ready, because the future, it now has a date. We are on the brink of a leap so big, it's going to completely redefine our world. And that date is 2026. This isn't just another year we're going to flip on the calendar. It's the year we actually start living in the future we were always promised.
Okay, so let's break down what's coming. We're going to look at this incredible year across 4 main themes. First up, how we're literally rewriting the human code. Then, we'll see how our world is getting remastered. After that, we'll step into the digital frontier to see the machines powering it all. And finally, we're taking a new voyage to the stars.
So let's start with the most personal frontier there is, our own bodies. And look, we're not just talking about some new wearable gadget here. We're talking about technologies that connect directly with our biology, to heal us, to fix us, and even to enhance what it means to be human.
Take this quote from Elon Musk. He's talking about Neuralink's BlindSight project, and the goal for 2026 is frankly miraculous, to give sight to the blind. The chip actually stimulates the brain's visual cortex, so it could potentially help people who have been blind their entire lives. And yeah, Musk admits the first images will be super low res, like an old Atari game, but the technology is designed to one day be even better than natural human vision.
And it's not just about what we can connect to the brain. By 2026, we're going to see the massive impact of CRISPR. This is that game-changing technology that lets us literally edit our own DNA. It's moving out of the lab and into the clinic. In fact, the very first approved therapy, a treatment called Casgevy, is already out there offering a real, functional cure for horrible genetic diseases like sickle cell anemia.
Now, the scale of this is just wow. Yeah, the price tag is a staggering $2.2 million per treatment. But get this, it's a one-time cure that could last a lifetime. And the results? They're unbelievable. In the trials, 93% of patients were free from those agonizing pain crises for at least a year. The point is, we are now entering an age where we can actually cure diseases that we once thought were a life sentence.
All right, so we've looked at the changes happening inside of us. Now, let's zoom out and look at the world around us. Because in 2026, our cities, the way we travel, even how we have fun, it's all getting a massive tech overhaul.
So, are you sick of traffic? Well, Dubai thinks they've cracked it. By early 2026, Joby Aviation is launching a commercial air taxi service. Just picture this. A trip from the airport to the famous Palm Jumeirah that's usually a 45-minute drive will now take just 10 minutes. These are electric air taxis. They carry 4 passengers, and they fly at speeds up to 320 kilometers an hour. The future of city travel is here.
And our entertainment is getting a high-tech upgrade, too. The 2026 World Cup, it's not just going to be the biggest ever, it's going to be the most advanced. We're talking a microchip in the ball so there are no more ghost goals. We're talking cameras with 3D athletic tracking that monitor player stats without any sensors on them at all. And for us fans, you'll get real-time stats popping up on your screen, whether you're at home or in the stadium, kind of like you're playing a video game.
You know, even the true icons are changing. The Toyota Hilux, famous for being practically indestructible for 60 years, is getting its biggest change ever. In 2026, the all-electric Hilux BEV is going to hit the streets. It's going to have dual motors for proper 4x4 traction, proving that even the toughest workhorses on the planet are plugging into the future.
Okay, so we've seen these incredible changes to our bodies and our world, but what's actually powering it all? Well, let's step into the digital frontier. This is the engine room, the backbone behind every single advancement we've talked about. We're talking about some serious computational power.
Everybody, meet Jupiter. It lives in Germany, it takes up the space of 4 tennis courts, and in 2026, it's getting switched on. This is Europe's very first exascale supercomputer. What does that mean? It means it can perform 1 quintillion, that's a 1 followed by 18 zeros, calculations, every single second. It's a number so big it's almost impossible to wrap your head around.
Well, let's try to put that into perspective. This one machine, Jupiter, has the same processing power as 5 million of today's best laptops, all working together. So what do you do with that kind of horsepower? Well, you can create super accurate climate models to help us fight climate change. You can run incredibly complex simulations to design those new gene therapies. This isn't just a faster PC,
It's a brand new tool for solving humanity's biggest, toughest problems.
But even a machine like Jupiter might not be enough for some things. So in 2026, IBM is shooting for something called quantum advantage. The simplest way to think about it is this. It's the moment a quantum computer can solve a useful problem that is basically impossible for even the most powerful classical supercomputer. This isn't just about going faster. It's a totally new way of computing that could revolutionize everything from developing new materials to upending the world of finance.
All right, for our final section, let's look up. Because with all this incredible technology, humanity is finally turning its eyes back to the stars in a big way. And 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting years in the history of space exploration, with a bunch of critical missions all happening at once.
I mean, just look at this schedule. In a single year, we are sending humans to orbit the moon for the first time in more than half a century. We're going to visit the scene of our very first planetary defense test. Japan is launching a mission to grab samples from a moon of Mars, and we're launching a brand new telescope to hunt for an Earth-like planet. It's going to be an absolutely jam-packed year in space.
Let's start with Mission Era. So remember back in 2022 when NASA's DART spacecraft smashed into an asteroid to change its path? Well, in 2026, the European Space Agency's ERA mission will arrive at that cosmic crime scene. Its job is to be the detective, to analyze the crater, the debris, everything, and tell us exactly how well our first attempt at planetary defense actually worked. This is critical science, making sure we're ready if a big one ever comes our way.
And then there's the big one, Artemis 2. In 2026, 4 astronauts are going to take a 10-day trip around the moon. They're not landing this time, but this is an absolutely crucial test of the Orion spacecraft. They'll practice flying it by hand in deep space and will travel farther from Earth than any human has ever gone before, all to pave the way for future moon landings and, eventually, that giant leap to Mars.
And speaking of Mars, Elon Musk has set a ridiculously ambitious goal for the end of 2026 to land the first uncrewed starships on the Red Planet. Now, the first passengers, they won't be human. Instead, a bunch of humanoid robots will be on board to test the landing systems and maybe even start setting up some basic equipment. It's literally a test run to make sure they can land safely before people make the journey. And finally, at the end of 2026, the European Space Agency is launching the PLATO telescope. Armed with 26 different cameras, its mission is to just stare at 250,000 different stars, looking for that tiny telltale dip-in light that happens when a planet passes in front of its sun. And its primary goal? To find rocky, Earth-sized planets in the sweet spot, the habitable zone around stars just like our own. And that really brings us to the biggest question of all, doesn't it? With all of this incredible technology, from rewriting our own DNA to reaching for other worlds, 2026 isn't just about what we can build. It's about what we might find. In a sea of 250,000 stars, could this be the year we finally find out we're not alone?
So, I really want to know what you think. We've talked about gene editing, brain implants, flying taxis, missions to Mars. Which one of these do you think is going to change the world the most, and which one you think might be all hype? Drop a comment below and let me know.
If you liked the video, subscribe, leave a like, comment on what you liked most, and share the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future.